What's up, everybody? Welcome to another B.M.B podcast. This is BJ.
This is Mike.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the chosen one, Brian.
Hey,
hold on real quick, man. Hey, hold on. My girl's calling me real quick. Hold on.
I know you're under a lot of pressure. You're working
Hold on. Babe, I gotta call you back. Hold up. I know you love me. Hold on. No, I'll fuck with you.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. You were holding on to that one for a while.
I was. You can tell. I guess when I walked by that speaker, man.
That's funny.
What's going on, everybody?
It's just glad it's the weekend. Work week's over with. And
yes.
Trying to have some peace of mind with all the shit's going on here.
Yeah.
You know, so. But, yeah. 2020. Interesting year.
Yeah, starting out with a bang, right?
Yeah.
We're only halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
Already got a quarantine.
Yeah.
We got mass riots.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe. Yeah.
Kobe Bean.
Yeah, man.
Craziness. And,
but you know what? At least the Niners lost.
yeah. Niners did lose in 2020.
That's been the best thing about 2020 is the Niners losing. So
yeah, that's true.
That's a silver lining.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only highlight about this year so far.
Yeah. That's about it. But I don't want to get into it.
We're going to, so you already opened the fucking door.
You know?
There's not much. You can't really just, sidestep this one, I guess, right?
Nah, we usually don't go this route on this podcast, but oh man,
it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm a very peaceful person.
Yeah.
I see a lot of wrong in this world, and I kind of just keep it in my mind about all the different things I see that goes on in this world. And I shake my head at a lot of things, and I see some evil shit. There's evil people controlling us, or they try to control us if you allow it. But with everything that's going on with the George Floyd getting killed, to the protests, to the rioting, to now friends fighting amongst each other over everything now, back and forth. Well, you guys are not on social media, so you don't see it.
Yeah, but, and to jump in for real fast too, and that was already happening with the COVID. COVID was dividing a lot of people, period, too,
Yeah, that is true.
Like, my mom was like, I can't, I've got to stop listening to some people, and then now you throw this involved, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that happening a lot more too.
Yeah, so the way I see this world getting divided, and even more. I mean, it's getting bad, and I don't know, man. When you can argue, have your own opinion, but it's to the point where people are not trying to understand where you're coming from. They just don't want to hear it. So nothing's going to get resolved, or you're not going to have an understanding of each other. So it's just like it's making people. I've seen things on Facebook where people unfriended people, unfriending people who were friends for so many years are mad at each other and saying evil shit. I'm just like, wow, this is ridiculous. But
yeah.
It's just you know what I'm saying? There's ways to do these things. I'm with the people, though. I'm with my people. I'm a black man. But there's a ways to do things. Protesting is fine. The rioting is not cool. We don't need to be doing all that. But as I was listening to Killer Mike when he came out and talked, got to strategize, got to get together, got to vote, you got to get in there and get the people out that you don't like. You know, that's the only way you're gonna change. But you know, the evils that be will put people in place who they want to put in place because they control everything. You know? So, but it is what it is.
On that looting though, can I ask you a question? Like, can I ask you a question as a black man? You know, you're an older gentleman. You know, we're all getting a little older now. Could you still feel that way if you were like 18, 20? You know, this isn't. You know, you haven't. I mean, I know you wake up with this every day. You know, do you think that has numbed you and made you not so like, you know, that you understand that the violence isn't an answer and the looting isn't one? Like, do you think you could say that at 18 if this? I mean, I know this probably happened, you know, but now we're way more connected, you know, where this stuff doesn't get pushed under the rug anymore, which is great. But do you think you could say that at that age?
Well, at 18, I'm speaking for myself. I kind of sheltered. I kind of sheltered myself at 18. I wasn't really, you know, in the loop out there, even socializing with people. So if something like this happened, I probably would have just been chilling, you know, just like I am now. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know anything about a lot of things that I do now that I'm older. Okay. So I understand what you got to do if you want to make some changes and stuff like this. I'm about protests because I mean protests. You know, it's a voice. You know, people want to be heard. But yeah, there's immature. I mean, there's some young people who. I mean, I don't know. What are you going to get by grabbing some TVs and some shit at a Target? You know what I'm saying? That ain't going. That's not going to change anything. You know, we got to do better than that. You know, we got to do better than that. Just protest. Let your voice be heard. You know, when it's time to vote, go vote. And, you know, go down to your local police stations, maybe try to get the police chief and have some conversations or something like that. Like, there's all kinds of things you can do, you know. But I understand that people are mad, though, you know. Yeah. I can understand the frustration because we barely been seeing what's going on, but it's been happening forever. But it's getting filmed now, you know. Everything's getting filmed, so we're starting to see it. But with the protests, I like that how so many different races were all together protesting. You know, it wasn't just black people; it was all races there, and all over the world. All over the world. I mean, I see like Australia and Japan, and it's a big movement right now.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if that can happen, you know, without social media. You know, I don't think we all, you know, no matter how much I'm not pro social media and stuff, but like I don't see this happening without that, you know.
Yeah, I got you. And yeah, man. I mean, some things got to change, man. People got to be held accountable. I don't care if you're a policeman or you're a teacher or you're just a regular worker. Like if you do something that you ain't supposed to be doing, that's wrong. You know, you got to get dealt with, pretty much. So, good thing all those officers got charged, and
should have happened immediately, though.
Should have happened immediately. But this is the things we have to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to get with these police forces and change their policies on how they deal with these things. You know.
See, and that's what pisses me off. And I know a lot of people are mad about the violence and the looting, and I am too. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's what got this to happen. You know, that's what got those guys charged so fast because they went over there and they burnt down the fucking police station.
Yeah.
You know, and if that doesn't happen, these people walk. You know, and that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, you know? and that's the whole thing. I mean, yeah, I don't like it, but I understand the frustration. Like, I mean, people are mad. You know, they're gonna bust up some stuff. I mean, I feel bad for some of the small business owners who you know, they're not like a big company. Their insurance are not going to pay for some of their, you know, store to get back to how it used to be. But I mean, it's just one of those things, man, where shit has to hit the fan for change, you know?
Yeah, and this isn't just cops problems. This isn't just a
Yeah.
cop problem. This has nothing. It barely has anything to do with cops. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, gets highlighted there. But this is a racism problem. This is a prejudice problem. These are things that are like for everybody. It's not. This is a world problem. And that's what you said. Like that's beautiful that London's coming out, Australia's coming out. All these people, are doing something. And I think that's beautiful, and I get ashamed too because they get the news, or I don't get ashamed, but I get sad because the news glorifying the looters, they're glorifying this stuff. And then, which I was happy about, they did highlight, like one time they were like, they were talking about how bricks and rocks just get dropped off in the middle of the street for no reason on pallets, and it's like no, none of the looters, none of the protesters are ordering this. It's like some other type of group that are putting these things there to invoke this violence, And trust me, like if I was 18 and there was something there and I was pissed and there was a brick, a rock, I'm gonna throw it. I know how I was. And then if I'm walking down and I'm a protester and I see some people breaking in and looting and I'm 18, I'm sorry, like I'm gonna probably be an idiot and run in there and grab some, I don't, at that age, I wasn't aware that like that I'm like hijacking this whole movement when I'm doing something like this, But
yeah, no, that's true. And I got a little story to tell. I told Brian. So this is with this everything going on. This is crazy. This is affecting people, white people. So one of my ex-girlfriend from like 15 years ago messaged me on Facebook. I haven't heard from her in a while.
Yeah.
Right? And she tells me, she says, with all this Black Lives Matters thing going on, it finally hit me that I have white privilege.
Yeah.
She says, she tells me a story that back in the day, I guess, I don't remember it when it happened, but we went to Walmart in San Bernardino, and she said there was a lot of black people there, and she was afraid to get out the car because she felt scared. So she said she apologized for that. She said I should have slapped her in the face, but I don't remember that. But she felt like now she understands, black people are fearing them just because of their skin,
Yeah.
And it's like you walk around with people fearing you and they act differently around you, and it shouldn't be that way, So, and it was crazy because I guess she had a epiphany or something, but she just was apologizing and doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, this thing, I was like, girl, I said, I don't remember. I said, it's okay. I mean, I appreciate it, but like, it's cool. Like it's, I mean, I
got something to say about that. I'd be scared anywhere in San Bernardino, and that's just not about. and that's just not about black people either. That's about Mexicans. That's about white people. There's some scary people in San Bernardino. I don't care what color skin you got. And I don't necessarily see that as white privilege. I might see that as being prejudice, but I mean, we unfortunately, we'd all be lying if we said we didn't have prejudice. Shit, I walk down the street sometimes and there's a group of Mexicans and I'm just as scared and I'm Mexican. I don't know. That's rough.
Yeah.
But that's a beautiful thing that she's seen it, or that she realized it and that she wanted to apologize for it. But I don't, that's I'd be scared of San Bernardino no matter where I
was at. Oh, I got you. Oh man, the chosen one. You okay over there?
Yeah. No, it's a sensitive subject and it sucks. I was embarrassed I was embarrassed last week about it. What kills me the most is that we talked about this is why Colin Kaepernick did what he did. And it fucking, he stood down and I have mad respect. I never once criticized Colin. A lot of people talk so much shit. I did it because I was like, what? He's doing this for a cause. And you know what? He did it peacefully. He did it because he's tired of it. And I totally understand it, dude. And now everyone's like, bro, we missed the boat with Colin, and he did it the right fucking way. And look at all the hate he got, and he's like, you know what? No matter what, he's gonna keep doing it, and that's mad respect, dude. So this shit, it sucks, dude. It really does. It's like the whole society sucks, you know, from someone, from the leader tweeting bullshit to holding a Bible to other things as well, to a white fucking person that kills 15 fucking, you know, people in South Carolina, gets peacefully, goes to the fucking back of the car seat or back of a, you know, police car, when my man over here, Mr. Floyd, does that happen. And
over $20.
Yep. And that's what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
know. I didn't know what the fraud was until yesterday, and I heard it was over a fake $20 bill. You know, and it's just, and that's sad. You know, that, you know, a lot of these people get chased down over warrants, you know, and all this stuff, and it's like, really, like, you're gonna take somebody's life over this, where you might catch them later on, you might get them over here, over there, whatever, you know, but it's like, really, over something like this, you know,
it sucks, dude. It sucks, and it's just, it shows you. And then the liquor store guy that called the cops, he regrets. He goes, "That's the biggest mistake I've ever made." He goes, "I'll never do that again." I mean, he goes, like I said, and the same thing. I recently saw it was over $20, but I only watched the video once, and I fucking it was disturbing. And then that fucking cop, I hope he goes to hell, because he's got a bad record already. And it just, like I said, the whole society sucks, dude. It just, that was a, you know, I mean, I thought Missouri was fucking really bad. I thought fucking the homie in Georgia a month ago was fucking beyond terrible, and now this, and it's like, dude, when's enough, man?
It's sad where it's sad when we can name off all these things and we almost can't even remember all of them, you know. And that's the saddest part, you know. And these cops are in a gang, you know. This is a gang where you don't tell on each other. You guys cover each other's back regardless of what goes on. And, you know, I did not know this until yesterday. I was watching a podcast and I was listening to a guy speak about like 3 things that he thought could fix this. One of the things I did not know was a cop. When a cop does these types of things, it only stays on his record for 3 years, and then it gets wiped off. And then he can go to another precinct. He can go wherever he wants and gets another job, you know, and whatever it is, you know, if it's an assault, like, you know, that he's doing, you do that to me, another black man, you know, we lose our job. We, you know, we're going to not say that we're not going to go to jail for who knows how long, you know, but yet they can get away with it and probably get right back to another job. And sad to say it, start doing it again, you know?
Yeah. The thing I see out of this was where the main issue is going to be is cops got to held their other cops accountable for things they're doing bad. You know, you can't keep allowing cops doing bad things and stand there and watch. You know, if you're another cop, if something's wrong, something's wrong. You know, I don't care what profession you're in. You know, when that starts, when other cops start holding other cops accountable, then that's when things are going to change. You know.
Yeah, and one of the. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, it's because it starts right there, man. Big time.
You know, one of the things like that same guy, he brought up a note, you know, and he was saying that, you know, one of the things that could help this is when these types of things happen, and like, say, you know, they settle a case and stuff like that, the taxpayers, we pay for that. You know, like we pay for that because it's a, you know, public works, the police officer and whatnot. That shit should come out of their pension. That shit should come out of the officer's pension. So that would lead them to police each other, you know. If that comes out of your own thing where all your money's at and, you know, your 401k and whatnot, that's going to make you check your boy, you know. If I'm seeing my, you know, if I'm going to see someone, like, we shouldn't be liable for that shit. They should be, as a union, you know, as a whole cop and our whole organization. Like, that's the way you police it, you know. And I thought that was brilliant, you know. And I was like, hell yeah. But you know what? The sad thing to say is, like, this, just this morning, I woke up to a video about, like, you know, a white guy was just in there, an older white gentleman. They pushed him over and he fell and cracked his head and he started bleeding on the thing, you know. None of the cops stopped and get him. And then they tried to fucking lie and say that he tripped until there was a video out, you know. And that just says it. That just tells you right there, these guys are going to ride for each other. You know, they're going to cover each other up. There was 30 of them, you know. And they get told by, you know, because they're all a union, they're all this, you know, and you know, I hate to bash on cops because there's some great cops out there, and there are some people just like everybody, and it's a hard job, and I understand that. But you know what? With that hard job, you've got to be under a microscope, you know?
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. It's really pathetic. You know, it's really a shame, all this stuff. I'm glad that everybody's getting together and doing all this stuff. And it's awakening a lot of people, and people are having conversations, you know?
Yeah. It might be conversations they don't want to talk about or want to hear, but it's a conversation, you know?
You know what?
It's
Nobody, and the sad part is none of us want to have this conversation. None of us want to be talking about it. But the thing is, the sad thing is, like, day to day, Black people wake up every single day with this, with if they want to have this conversation or not. We have the privilege to wake up and not think about it, you know, easily. You know, I can turn my head if I want to. I could do whatever I want easily, you know, but, you know, you guys don't have that privilege. And, you know, this white privilege that a lot of people talk about and they get defensive. I think people are just like, it took me a while because I used to think about it too. And I used to not exactly understand it. And I used to get, I would get, what am I trying to say? Like defensive real fast, you know, but it's not about being defensive. It's not about being anything. It's just about listening and understanding somebody, you know, and putting yourself in their shoes and all that stuff. So, you know, because I would be like, well, you know, my life wasn't that easy, but it's not really even fucking about that. You know, it's just about listening, you know, and trying to understand. And I just hear a lot of people now, and it makes me sad because I remember that being that way and thinking that way and feeling that way. Yeah. But you know, it's just like, man, you guys just have to listen. And, you know, you don't have to get defensive about it because people are saying this or that. Just listen to them and understand that, you know, like, you guys are human beings, and there's a lot of shit that happens in this world that we don't see, you know, and nobody's mad at you exactly, you know, they just want you to hear it and understand it, you know.
That's true, man. Yeah, it's I just hope this year ends better than it started. Big time, man. I need some joy in this world right now. I need some joy in my life. Like, I want to
next week, baby. But
yes,
you know what's crazy is I know it's kind of been we're sorry for all the B.M.Bers, but this is just shit we had to get off our chest. It's been a while. This just happened, so we want to talk about it. But you know what's crazy is in 92, I'm in 4th grade when Rodney King happened, and I remember the first person I wanted to talk to was Pop. I asked my dad all these questions about Rodney King. He's like, man, he goes, those cops deserve to fucking be in jail and all that shit with the riots. Fast forward to this year, I'm with my kids last week, and we're seeing what happened at the Grove last week, and I had a moment because I'm like, this is deja vu, because Aiden's asking me, Daddy, what's going on here? And it's the same exact, everything that I said is word by word is what Pop told me in 92. And Aiden was just like, you know what? He goes, we need justice, Daddy. And I was like, we do. And it was crazy, man, just having the same speak, you know, because we had this, me and Pop in 92 with the Rodney King bullshit, you know, and it was just like, you know, it's a trip.
Yeah, and I think, like, and I honestly think this generation's a lot better. You know, I really do. I think a lot of it's going to slowly get better, you know, but that's not exactly help anybody out, you know, towards of it. Like, we need justice now. We need a lot of things now. But, you know, I think generations from now, like, I see it in the streets. These kids, everybody, like, it doesn't matter what race you are, you know, like, everybody seems a little bit more together, you know. And I know there are some states, and I'm privileged to say that because we are in California, you know. But, like, honestly, and I think a lot of it has to do, you know, a lot with some of this, like, just rap, #1 music in the world, you know. Like, how could like some people like, I just think it connects some white people, sad to say it, you know, like. And I think it just brings a lot of these younger kids, you know, because I remember when I was younger, like, rap was like looked upon bad, you know. And if you like rap, then that meant a lot of things. Now that doesn't even mean anything in my eyes. I don't know if that does in other places, but I think it's changed a lot. You know, it's, you know, your guys' culture is beloved by everybody. I just don't understand how people cannot love Black people, you know. Like, how do you like everything they fucking do, you know, and want to imitate and all this stuff and be all these things, but yet, you know, when someone moves next door to you, you're scared, or, you know, all these types of things. I hate that portion of it, but I think it's getting better. And I hope it does.
No,
it's like
this,
dude. You go ahead, dude.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was just gonna say the word racism is not in any of us at all. Like I said, when my dad grown up from family from Mississippi, he just said, Brian, he goes, whatever color you are, whatever race you are, he goes, you respect them, they respect you. He goes, and that's how life should be. And I agree with him, and it's totally true, dude. Like dude, and that's what drives me crazy, man. And like because I get stereotyped where I work at. I work in a fucking Caucasian area, and I get stereotyped. I get called amigo all the fucking time, and I'm like, dude, my last name's fucking Landrum. Oh, that's not Mexican. I'm like, oh god, So I've gotten stereotyped so many times, dude, and it's just like whatever.
Yeah, man, it saddens me because I like the people that like I was talking to you earlier about this, Brian. There's people that I'm cool with, but then I'm hearing all their views about this stuff, and I'm not liking what they're saying, and I say to myself, do I stop talking to them because they have different views than me? Or it's just that's their opinion. I have my own opinion. It is what it is. That person's always been nice to me. They've been good to me. I shouldn't not talk to them anymore because they have different views than I do.
But it's like, is this their? Like you said. No, it's like, is this their true colors? It's like, what the fuck? Like, look at Drew Brees yesterday, dude. Drew Brees fucking like that was a big one. I mean, I know he apologized and shit, but when he first said that shit, even like his closest fucking teammates, like Malcolm Jenkins and Michael Thomas and all that shit. So what you're saying, B, you're totally on point. It's like the people you grew up with that you were like this with, and then you see this shit, and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's just like, I'm kind of conflicted, but it's like, people are who they are, and I am who I am. So, it's just like they say, well, if you associate with people who think like that, then you're with them. That's what they say. But it's just like, no, it's not really that way. It's just they have their way of thinking. I have my way of thinking. It's just, it is what it is.
I think B, if it completely like offends you, like personally, like their thing, then that's a different story. Like if it's something where you're just like, oh yeah, they're just idiots and they're just not, whatever. But I mean, that's rough, man. I hear it a lot too. Like even with people, like even at work, people say things and you just look at them and you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you that, like, it's a human being, like they were like, one of them was just like, oh, I think all the looters should get shot. I'm like, no, I don't think anybody should get shot. Like just by saying that, it's like, really, like, I don't, let's first just say, I don't think they should be looting, let's go that route first. I think anybody that should get looting should get shot,
Fuck it. Dude, no, and you're right. Do we lose somebody?
That's why I asked him, did he have that 5G?
Oh, damn. Mike is in the gray zone. Hopefully he comes back.
He'll come back, though. He'll come back.
So we'll keep this going for a minute. Mike is walking to fucking Nevada, it looks like. So we'll just keep going with this shit. There he's coming back right now. Fucking Forrest Gump over here and shit, walking. But
I don't know where I left off.
How's Arizona, bro? You're in Arizona now or what? No, we're talking about society and stuff still. But it's like you said, it's like, dude, we get stereotyped no matter what. I'm sure Mike does too. I do, because it's just like, dude, they see a brown dude and it's like, oh god, here we go, but it's like I said, I'm over it, dude. I bite my tongue a lot, and the one thing I'll never talk about to anybody, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'll never talk politics and religion, because you guys, everyone has their own opinion and beliefs, and I respect that, and I will go with that. I will never. But the only thing I'll ever talk about is fucking sport. We all know that, sports, dude. You want to talk about sports or something? I'll carry that on, but I will never talk anything else. So.
Yeah, and that's I'm the same way. I don't get into politics and religion, but I do pay attention to what's going on though, in politics, and I kind of have a little understanding of how things work and who runs what. So, I tell people this all the time. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not about the government because I know what they're behind. But if you believe in the government and you want to ride it with them, and that's on you. But I just, there's a lot of things I see that could be better, and this protest is part of it. But there's so many other issues in this world that needs to be taken care of.
There's too many. There's too many, dude. There's not enough paper to fucking fill up what we need to fix, and it's been like that since all three of us have been born, and it's still a lot of things haven't been fixed yet, and this is the number one fucking thing. We need society. We need everyone to unite, and we need to fucking have Al Sharpton not be on fucking every certain situation, because I get it why he's doing it. He's a good. He's a good fucking speaker. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. But we know what he's doing. Like I forgot. So I think Howard called him out. Like, look, Al, I love you and everything, but you're only doing this for your fucking publicity, and he is, and it sucks. Because there's other good pastors too besides him, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
you got to take what you can get, though. Sometimes, man. And if he's out there saying,
you got the ocean now or what?
It also.
You in Malibu? What the hell, dog?
Again without us?
They're just 2 years old now and shit. No,
it all starts with love, bro. It all starts with love. When we start loving each other, man, that's when things are going to be good. It's just about love, man. We're made to love.
All three of us love each other, bro, no matter what. You know what? Mexicans, blacks, fucking, I'm half white, so we're all uniting. There's no hate here. There's nothing but love. It's been like that since day one, and that's the you lead by example, and like I said, dude, no matter who it is, you respect your other people.
Yeah, I think one thing too is like, on that love note is like kind of like what Chris Rock said in one of his things. He's like, whoever you hate is going to be in your family, so you better like watch who you hate. And I think that's one of the things that solves a lot of this stuff. It's hard to hate somebody like if you get to know somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're, that's one of the things I think is like being cultured and going around and seeing stuff and seeing the world. It's like very important to broaden your mind when you're somewhat so narrowed in a thing, and then you get out and you meet people and you realize, like say, if you hate Asians and you move around some Asians, you realize, yeah, these motherfuckers got some bomb ass food and they ain't that bad, and all this type of stuff. And then you just realize, like, all those things that you used to think are just like it's idiotic, like a child, and you grow and you learn,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I just think the world just needs to have, like, people just got to just talk, and just hear each other out. And like you said, just love, like we were watching the protests, and there's been hundreds of things that have been horrible and sad and all these things. And one of the ones that just got me completely sick to my stomach, and I don't mean to keep on talking about all of what's going on, but there was a protest and there was some looters going into a liquor store, and there was a black gentleman and a black woman went in there and they were trying to stop it. Yeah. And the owner was helping out and everybody was helping out. They knew the owner. It was, just a business that they all went into, so they were trying to help him out, the neighborhood business, Yeah. And the cops got called and the cops came. And right when the cops came, who do they go to? Automatically are the two black people that were helping them out. And it, to me, it just summed up like what the fuck this is all about. It's just like really, and the owner has to step in and start saying some things, but they handcuff them, all this stuff until they hear the fucking story. Yeah. Until they, and it's just like, they just come in there and react immediately, a robbery. And what do they see? Black people. And they think it's them, and I just watched that and it just fucking completely disgusted me. It's like, that's why all these people are pissed. That's why everybody's mad, because of this. This is the first thing you guys think, like, I mean, you hear like these stories of people, black people being pulled over, just for nothing, and it's just sad. I listened to a podcaster. He's a black guy. He's like, hey, I like my cars, tinted windows, blinged out, and I like my music loud. He's like, but I'm not doing nothing. He's like, I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything. I mostly have my child in the car with me. And he's like, I've been pulled over 88 times. He's like, I do live in a white area. I do drive a car that is a nice car, you know, and he's like, and out of all those 88 times, I've only got 10 tickets, you know. And what does that tell you? You know, I just completely get pulled over and profiled all the time, you know.
Is he talking?
Yeah, he's mumbling. He's mad too. He's mad too.
Is he a mumble rapper now?
Oh, please no.
Oh no more Lil Wayne. Lil Lyric. No
Lil Lyric.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, man. That's cool. Hell yeah.
But you know, I think also is like that whole thing with we can probably spin this into sports, you know, like what do you guys think about that NFL, what they did? All those players.
They united. That's
basketball players too.
They all united. And the bitch from fucking Fox News needs to be fucking fired and never come back because she's
I didn't know what anything.
She's
about
an idiot.
That.
She's an idiot that needs to just fucking be taken off and just flown out of this Florida Antarctica or something with the killer whales, dude. The killer whales don't even need her fucking ass. But I love it. Actually Roger Goodell. You know what I got to say about this guy? As much hate as he's gotten forever after the draft, and you see how he really is, and then he actually made a really good fucking speech. I love Adam Silver from the NBA. I think Adam Silver is the #1 fucking commissioner. But Goodell said a really good speech earlier, and I kind of was proofreading it, and he said some powerful shit, man. And actually, for Richard Sherman and like Eric Reed and all them to say, you know, we back you, commish, that says a lot because they didn't ever. And Goodell is, and you know what? I got to give a shout out to Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll, and B, you know this, Pete Carroll is the only coach that ever backed up Colin Kaepernick. Pete Carroll tried to get Colin Kaepernick a job with Seattle for a backup no matter what. And he's always been on Cap's side. Pete Carroll is fucking total society, and he wants everything united. And he spoke so highly about Kaepernick ever since the kneels and shit. So mad pops. I mean, I love Pete Carroll no matter what. So
yeah.
So the NFL did respond to that. They responded. Okay. Because I know this morning that video came out, and then they were just like awaiting NFL's response.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, the NBA players, LeBron, Jaylen Brown, Steph Curry, Clay, they're all out there protesting. Steven Jackson, was close friends with George Floyd.
That one hurt, bro. That one hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, he was close friends with him?
Yeah, because they're from George Floyd is originally from Houston, where Steven's from, where Steven Jackson's from. So I mean, I love how people came together for this, and
me too.
Hopefully there's some more change going on here.
Yeah, and that's the silver lining, and I'm glad that it's still going, and like people aren't letting it just go, you know, like normal, where it's like a couple riots or a couple protests, and then we just move on to the next thing, you know. I'm glad it's staying a little bit, you know. I'm glad it still is being spoken and talked about, you know.
Yeah. Oh man. We are the world. We are the children. Oh man. Yeah. But it's time to get into something else, man, because we can talk about this forever and ever.
Let me switch this real fast. I'm gonna give a shout out to someone that means dearly to me. I'm very proud of her.
I love you too, man.
Really get her.
Oh, sorry.
She really didn't get. This year kind of. It wasn't obviously with COVID-19 going on. I'm gonna give a shout out to my daughter Harlow. She graduated 5th grade yesterday. For someone who struggled a little bit and just actually applied herself and got it. She's a rebel like her dad. Her dad never applied himself, but she got it a lot quicker than I did. And I just want to say a big 2 thumbs up to my girl because very proud of her. She was kind of bummed out because all they did was a video message. And I mean, last year, Aiden, obviously there was no COVID. They got to get a little small diploma, whatever, but they did a small little video chat, and she was kind of bummed because it meant a lot that she actually graduated and everything and didn't struggle. And I just want to give a shout out to my daughter because it means a lot to her and it means a lot to us because she's a smart girl, and I'm just very happy. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, Harlow.
All right, Harlow. doing big
And no,
things.
she went from Barbies to Gucci. So,
man,
she graduated. She graduated in multiple ways.
And
that means
her
it's
birthday's coming up.
More expensive for daddy now.
Her birthday's coming up too. So, I don't know when the next time we're doing a podcast, but I don't know when we're going to do another podcast, but if we don't do it by the 14th, I just want to say a quick happy 75th to my dad. June 14th will be his birthday. I'm sure we're not going to be able to do a podcast on that time. So I just want to say a big happy 75 to him. Every day I think about him, and just want to say to this day, thank you for as a freshman to have 200 people at my house at a party. And telling Kelly that, hey, everything was fine, everything was okay. And Kelly's response was, how come when I had 4 people over, I was on restriction? Because you're my daughter. And that was the best response ever. So I just want to say, hey, Pop, I love you to death and always will. And happy 75.
Happy 75th,
Chucky.
But on a side note, man, we also pop with music as well too. I gotta say a shout out to Little Man Lyric. I'm not on social media, neither is Mike, you're not, but my mom showed me the video of your little man crawling, bro, and that just won me over, dog.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Going to the record Lyric, by the way.
Record player, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what record was on there?
That was Van Morrison. He was listening to some Van Morrison.
All right.
Yeah. He didn't. It was funny though how crazy that is. Though he was crawling and doing little things, but he wasn't putting it together where it was like continuous crawling, until that day, which was insane. That it was like, his name's Lyric and he was crawling to his record player, which was crazy.
Man, he's gonna be walking soon.
He's already like grabbing things and getting up and like getting ready to. He's just like right there from just going and standing up.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's over after that.
Oh yeah,
that's the best, and that's why I'm telling you, Lyric is gonna be like Aiden probably, dude, because Aiden started what? There he is. What's up, handsome?
What up, man?
How you doing? Got my milk right here. Little
LL Cool J right there.
Yeah.
Aiden walked the day before he turned 1. So Aiden started walking on November 8th, and he turned 1 the next day. And that was the first time you see a baby walk is hilarious, dude, because it's the cutest thing. Like, oh damn, because then you have to watch him like nonstop. And then obviously Canyon Lake, we had 2 stories, and so it was like, oh hell. But it's the best. He's gonna walk quick, dude. You can tell already. But that video of him crawling, man, I was like, hell yeah. Lyric going to the Lyric. But speaking of lyrics, man, we got some good music coming out lately. There's been a lot of things going on. I'm gonna start with B because you're the lyric guy. So what you be bumping, man?
Man, I've been playing a lot of stuff. And I'll tell you what I was bumping today. So you guys remember Ace Hood?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Ace Hood has a new album out, and it's pretty legit. Like I was like, damn, okay, this is good. This is good shit right here. Ace Hood, he had a couple hits maybe back in the day. Remember?
Actually, he had a good album like maybe 5 years ago that I liked.
Yeah. So he had a new album, but there's been like so many. Freddie Gibbs with Alchemist, Alfredo, that album. Man,
another Freddie, man. Freddie coming with the heat, man.
Yeah, man. Great album. Alchemist beats, can never go wrong with Alchemist beats. They're always original and raw and different than anything you ever heard, man. I love Alchemist when he's doing his beats. The Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye collab, Hard. Love that album. I think it's Joel Ortiz, but it seems like every song has freaking Crooked Eye in it. So I don't know the whole deal with that, but I'm thinking it's a collab album or something.
I didn't even know they did. I didn't even know they dropped an album. Or Crooked Eye.
Yeah, it's called Hard. What else have I been listening to? Man, there's been so many, man. That I've Run the Jewels 4. Woo!
Yep.
Run the Jewels 4 came out. Like that, Killer Mike. And them, good shit, you know what I'm saying? I like the wordplay on that, big time. Run the Jewels. And I haven't really listened to Run the Jewels that much, but It was a great album, man. Styles P came out with a new album that I like. Yep, Styles P. There's been a lot of stuff coming out under the radar that people ain't been paying attention to. But there's probably more. But I have something when we do our picks. I have something I want to talk. Another music something I want to let you guys know about later on. But that's about it. That's all I've been really bumping lately. Is those right there? What about you guys?
You go first, Brian. Or maybe not.
All right,
I'm fucking with it. No, I was no. You know what? I went back. I went old school. I've been bumping like People Under the Stairs. I've been bumping, and then I just, no matter what happens, dude, it's like I love me some fucking DJ Quick, and I'll listen to every Quick album. Like, so I can go DJ Quick song by song, and like I asked B because I was drinking one night, and every night, but I just asked B. I go, bro, with Quick. I honestly got, and I know it was a stupid question, but I just said Quick produces every single song, and it's just amazing that every beat he does is different, but you can tell it's his beat, and it's just so like Dre's beats, and Quick is the same way. That's why I tripped out, and so Quick, DJ Quick's every album he's had, every song you can just listen to. That's one of my favorites, and then I've been bumping this guy too, Taku. B, you've been hearing him. He sounds like Jay Dilla. And Taku has been just nothing but beats, but the beats alone are just off the charts. Definitely, and that's pretty much it. That, and then obviously, just going back to some Soundgarden and some grunge mix, like some Nirvana and stuff like that. But and then I've been bumping a little. No lie, I actually been bumping some Nine Inch Nails too, because that Nine Inch Nails was something I grew up with. I couldn't really listen to it because of the cuss words, but I grew up with Nine Inch Nails, so I kind of went back to them as well. And just Trent Reznor is the rock of Dr. Dre, in my opinion, like beats and producing and stuff like that, and finding
I see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Founding Marilyn Manson and other people and stuff, and just his creativity, and he's the Dre of rock, of that kind of grunge, like alternative music, in my opinion. So that's what I got. What about you, Mike?
I've been listening to
Baby Shark.
Caught me off guard.
No, I've listened to a lot of like kind of what you were saying, B. The Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. I mean, I love Alchemist, man.
Yeah.
Anything he does, I like. Another group by the name of Injury Reserve. They're kind of reminding me of. They just make some good beats, and then they just allow like a lot of different rappers to kind of come on and rap on their stuff. They dropped about 4 singles that I kind of liked. I kind of been jumping around trying to listen to some stuff here and there. New G-Eazy, like some singles here and there. Black had something. Didn't really care for it too much. But what else did I listen to? I really, on the Alchemist note though, and this kind of goes into what I'm watching too. I watched that documentary. Oh gosh, that LA documentary with Tattoo cartoon.
Oh, LA Originals. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that Alchemist goes that far back into like some of those things. I didn't know he was. I mean, I knew he was a California guy for a little bit, but I didn't know he had so much to do with, like, was that Soul? I can't remember the goddamn
Soul Assassins.
Yeah, Soul Assassins. I didn't know he had so much to do with them.
You know who his partner was, right? I told you, Brian, the other day. What was his name? The actor.
Oh yeah, the man. Yeah, I didn't know that was the Hooligans.
Yeah, the Hooligans. That was the
group.
Yeah.
It was Michael Caine's son.
The guy that's in what was it, Hawaii Five-0?
Yeah, Hawaii.
Scott Conn.
Scott Conn.
Yeah, Mike. His dad's right. His dad's a big guy, right?
I don't know who his dad is.
Yeah,
James Caan.
Yeah, his dad.
James Caan. Misery. James Caan. Forget about it.
Yeah, about it. I bet he was tripping. My white son's a rapper. What the fuck?
Hell no. He was like, more money, baby.
Yeah, no, that was good. I like the LA Originals. That was dope.
Yeah. Actually, you probably need to go listen to some Cypress Hill and then some some Everclear. But yeah, music music, I haven't really been listening to too much. I did do the Styles P. I did everything you'd listen to, so I listened to most of that stuff, and I liked a lot of it. Styles P, man, I don't know why I can't get into the locks. I always know they're so good.
No,
I don't know why.
He's had a couple, dude, but hold on, I'm gonna throw this off. So after I got some shit, by the way, from the B.M.Bers because of our fucking R&B shit. Granted, we were fucking drinking, but from the R&B music. But I went back and listened to some. Nah, they were like, we missed a couple songs, and I know we did. Like,
of course we
My
did.
First Love. But I'm like, dude, like I went back to like R&B music and shit, and I'm just gonna hands down fucking say, dog, Maxwell is beyond up there. D'Angelo is beyond up there. Anything that Teddy Riley produced back in the day, beyond up there. So,
yeah. I told those fools on this trip out, dog. You couldn't name off every R&B hit of the '90s. You know what I'm saying? So many of them.
Oh yeah, way too many.
Hey, but Mike, did you listen to the new Flatbush Zombies?
Yeah. It's just that single, right?
No, it's the album.
Oh, I didn't know they had an album.
Oh. Yeah.
I seen that single come across.
No, they got the album. I was bumping it yesterday.
Okay, then I'm gonna definitely have to bump that.
Yeah.
Where'd you listen to it on? Because I know Flatbush is kind of rough to find sometimes.
It was on. It came up on new releases on Google Play.
Okay, then I'm gonna try. Yeah. I'll cop it for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? Spotify just picked up Dr. Dre, and I went back and started listening to The Chronic again. That's one of the best albums I ever listened to.
Yes.
I listened to it before, but it's been a long time. And then Spotify picked Dre up again.
It's been a long time.
And I went song by song, and it's just like it brings you back. But it's just like this. Dr. Dre is fucking 20 years ahead of everybody else, dude. If not 30.
Yeah.
And just everything on that album, bringing Snoop and DOC, it's just like, God damn, man, the guy. You don't realize it until you get older because we were younger when that Chronic came out. Mm-hmm. But like when you get older, B, you got it before me and Mike, obviously. You kind of understood exactly what he meant. But it's just like you listen to it again, you're like, God damn, this guy, dude. It's like everything beat by beat. And that's why when you watch that, what's that documentary, the Defiant Ones, there's that Marvin Gaye song that we're dying to listen to.
I hope he comes out with that.
I'm dying because he is such a perfectionist. And it's like, God damn it. Because like when Kush came out, we were talking about this driving to Palm Springs. When Kush comes out, you know, it's like, okay, I like the beat, I like everything, but like you said, he goes, he didn't do it just like everyone's waiting for Detox because he is so it's like, come on, bro.
There's I don't know if it was T.I. who said it. He says, I don't know if it was him. One of the rappers said Dre has maybe about 2,500 songs he recorded for the Detox, and nobody's ever going to hear him if he doesn't bring it out. He said it's just going to sit in his vault and just sit there probably until he dies. Because Dre doesn't release anything just to release it. Yeah. If it's not to his T, like if it's not perfect, he's not going to release it to the world. So T.I. I think it was T.I. He was like, man, there's some songs in there that, man, I wish I could have for myself. But they're so bangers, but they're not going to. Dre's not going to release them. It sucks, man, because I want to hear the shit. I want to hear it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, I want to hear it. It's Dre frustrates me when it comes to that. It's like, dog, you know, you got some heaters in there. Let's let us hear them, man. Come on, give me a little bit. It's like that crack, you know. Give me a little bit.
Just a little hit. Just a little hit.
Give me a little hit. But I doubt Detox is ever gonna come out, so I'm not even looking for it no more.
and that's what's crazy because when you watch the Defiant Ones, episode 1, you hear that Marvin Gaye, and he's like, nah, he gets all mad. And like you said, he is such a perfectionist. It's like, oh man, dude. And that's what cracks me up because then Kush is I love the video, number one, but just everything else is on point. And his beats alone, when you listen to Little Ghetto Boy to Nothing But a G Thing, it's like that came out of him, nobody else.
Yeah. That whole album was all him, you know.
And that's a trip, man. That's why I was just like, damn, dude. It's just you don't realize it. I mean, I'm almost gonna be 40. But you don't like when you're like in your teens and 20s, you don't realize what Dr. Dre actually did until like you get older and realize what music is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, I'll be damned, dude. That motherfucker was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm. It kind of sucks you don't hear much from him anymore. He just he lays low. He's in the studio 24/7 though. He says
he is, dude.
But he's just you don't hear nothing from him. Like where's the music that he's working on? Like who's he working with? He's in the studio with I saw a picture. He was in the studio with some rapper, big time rapper, and I forgot who it was. And I'm hoping he gets some Dre production on the album. That would be nice to see, because I haven't heard any Dre produced songs in a long time.
Well, wasn't
Eminem? The Eminem's new last album have any Dre on there? Because I know he executive produced it, or the one before that, the Kamikaze one.
Did he? I didn't care. Did he have anything to do with Anderson .Paak, or did he just executive produce that too?
You know what?
Anderson kind of.
Yeah, I know.
They collab. Both
and collided
together. Yeah, it collided.
Collided too.
I think it's just with him being a perfectionist. I think Anderson .Paak just kind of supposedly, I heard a story. I think B said something about it where he had to just tell him, "Hey, this is my album."
Yeah.
Well, it's like that. What's the song with Gwen Stefani and Eve where Gwen Stefani says she loves Dr. Dre to death, but she's like,
"Let me blow my mind."
Yes, yeah. But she says the story where like he is such a perfectionist. She goes, just know that every day is a 20-hour day because he wants it right and he'll fucking ride you hard,
Yeah.
So,
but hey, he makes hits, man. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, man. That's it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah, but we can get into some sports right now, and some drinking. But yeah, NBA's coming back, baby. NBA is coming back July 31st. 22 team in Orlando in Walt Disney's World. I don't know what the spec or how this fucking tournament's going to be, but just glad to have some kind of sports back. So happy.
All I care about is LeBron's hairline, dog. That's all I care about.
I had to pick up a Laker hat today. Represent my purple and gold. You know what I'm saying? Purple and gold. Kobe Bryant.
Nah. All I care about is LeBron's hairline, man. How LeBron hairline looks. That's all I care about, dog. Because I'm excited. You know what? Though we need sports. This is where America needs sports more than ever. I mean, baseball. Fuck, dude, that's depressing. Yeah. Football is still in the coming up. I mean, I'm excited for football, but like you said, once we saw baseball coming up, I love the fact that Tiger and Phil and Brady and Manning did that thing a couple weeks ago. It kind of just helped out a little bit. Golf is coming back with fans soon. Soccer came back. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of watching. Look, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm tired of watching Korean League baseball. I want to watch Major League Baseball.
You like those flips, dog? Come on now.
Hey man, there's some Americans that are balling. You can't play Korean fucking fantasy, fool. So, but it's like I said, we need sports more than ever. June has always been like U.S. Open, NBA Finals, stuff like that. And it's like it's not there, and it's like, I gotta say one thing though. I'm gonna switch it real fast, talking about sports and stuff. The Last Dance was one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. The Last Dance really opened an eye open. I was bummed that it only lasted 10 episodes. It could probably have gone more. It was fucking awesomely produced and directed, man.
Yeah, no, The Last Dance was great. It was needed at this time without sports.
It was.
It touched on my favorite era of basketball in those Jordan years. Former Bull players are hating on Jordan right now, but hey, it's Michael Jordan. What are you going to do? You can hate him all you want, but when you were with him, you were winning, right? Weren't you winning some titles with him? Huh?
Yeah, look at your hands.
Yeah, look at your hand. He might have been an asshole, but didn't you win? Didn't you win some rings there? So
basically, you're not gonna beat no Haynes, dog.
Yeah, you could be Charles Barkley or Karl Malone.
Yeah,
no rings.
Or Dan Marino in the opposite way, but
yeah.
Awesome documentary, man. Fucking beyond just like I could probably rewatch. It's definitely rewatchable. It was good. It was fire. You learned a lot about Steve Kerr. You learn a lot about Michael Jordan's, how big of a heart he actually has with some certain people and stuff. Rodman is Rodman, but I love Rodman. He's always my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
And Phil Jackson is just a god in basketball. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what though, but my favorite documentary of all time is the OJ documentary that ESPN.
I was gonna say OJ.
That
is
one
one of the.
They did a great job on that one. On that documentary.
Yeah.
That documentary was just well put
Powerful.
together. Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
It talks a lot about race, and it's one of the Mike. I'm telling you, bro. Once you watch it, you're gonna say, "Damn, that's one of the best things I've ever seen." ESPN too. Shout out to them.
I don't know, man. I haven't even finished the Jordan one. It was long, man.
Which one? The one you're watching right now?
I didn't like how they jumped back and forth. That was the big thing that I didn't care for. Like I got kind of lost sometimes.
Well, Jordan Air, the guy who produced it, said that he just didn't want to focus on just the one season because it would have been like very short. So he had to go back and tell like a story of other things that how the Bulls came up and
collabed.
Yeah. So that's why it was back and forth like that. Yeah.
It really makes Jerry Krause and Reinsdorf look like pieces of shit. It really does. Big really just shows, and just like, goddamn. And you know what? Scottie Pippen, mad love to you, man, because Scottie Pippen got the worst of it because that god-awful contract. You know, your ex-wife's still hot, but I mean, it's like, damn, dude, fucking that was crazy. But OJ's one of the best sports documentaries I've ever seen. I haven't really watched too much of the Lance Armstrong one. I heard it's pretty good. I watched it.
People are saying that it's making him look worser. Like he's making him look like a dick.
I've seen a Showtime one of him before, and it made him look like a fucking. You just want to fucking throw him with the sharks. So I'll have to check this one out. But The Last Dance I wanted like end on a high note with The Last Dance because that was just such a fuck. It was so damn good, dude. 5 weeks of just like watching that, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was super great. But
what are we watching?
Yeah, there's not much sports going on, so we keep it short.
What are you doing, Mike?
I haven't watched nothing. I've been working too much.
You watched The Last Dance, dog. Since the last time we talked,
that was it.
The Last Dance.
We just talked about that. That was it. That's about it.
Slap.
Yeah, slap. I don't know. He ain't watched nothing.
Mike's in La
La Land right now, dog.
No, you guys were talking, so I didn't know when to pop in. No, I was actually going to my YouTube and my Netflix and trying to find out exactly what I was watching.
Okay.
So I've been watching a show. It's like a mockumentary. It's from I think I've always talked about it though. It's What We Do in the Shadows. I'm watching that still. A really good show talking about race and stuff was that I really like. It's a guy by the name of Rami, and it's a Hulu one, and it's an Indian guy, and it just kind of tells a story about being like, or Muslim actually, just being about Muslim in America and all the struggles that he has with doing it. The guy from The True Detective is in it now.
Which one?
The last
3 seasons. The last one? The white dude or the black dude?
The black dude.
The white dude?
I can't remember the black guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, you're talking about
Charlie?
Yeah, he's in the show, and he's like his like guidance. He's like his Muslim. I don't know what you call their person. I can't remember the name, but he's his church, and at his church, he looks at him, and he's the guy that he likes trying to be like. So I really like the show. It's very, very interesting, and funny, and it's just like about real life. Kind of reminds me, kind of like Atlanta is, like how it's just kind of like gets really real sometimes, and digs into some things I really like. Bob's Burger, I'm picking back up again. I kind of been storing some of those. I love that show. I can't speak more highly for that show. It's such a good show. What else, man? What else am I watching? I started talking about documentaries, the Bill Gates documentary about Bill Gates and about all the money and all the stuff that he's trying to do. It is brilliant, man. That's a documentary that I really like. That I'd give that guy a lot of money if I had some to go spend and try to solve some stuff. I I tried to do Space Force, that new one that came out with the new like the off. It's kind of like I only got like one and a half. Yeah, I kind of turned it off half of the episode in, so I'll probably try to revisit it and see. And I'm just doing Cheers. Cheers is like my little go-to every night that I listen to or watch, I should say.
Oh, damn! You're going back to old Cheers, huh?
Yeah.
When Christy Alley was hot, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but not really too much else. Yeah, no, I haven't really watched any movies or anything like that. Mostly just the shows.
For shizzle. What about you, Brian?
I watched, dude. If you guys haven't watched it, you should watch. It's Dead to Me on Netflix with Christina Applegate. It's fucking great. I watched it in a couple of days. It's sad, funny, crazy, all wrapped into one. It's 2 seasons. It's 30-minute episodes called Dead to Me. I recommend it highly. It's really good.
Yeah, my mom really likes it. I think my sister watches it also.
Fucking hilarious. Yeah, it was damn good. It's addictive. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can watch it in like a day probably. Also watching. I'm getting into this. It's on Netflix called The Reckoning. It's a trip. I'm on episode 4. One of the guys at work, I told him he watched the whole thing. So you got to finish it. So he watched it already. But it's called The Reckoning. It's on Netflix as well. And I started watching Capone. It's getting good.
Okay.
Of course, my shit fucking froze on me, so I was kind of pissed. But I'm watching Capone. I definitely recommend it. It's a really good, because there's been so many movies about Capone. This one's actually pretty good. I mean, Tom Hardy, he fucking did the stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
So I'm, been watching a couple like stuff like that. Looking forward to a couple of other things coming up soon. I saw a little bit of Space Force. Like I couldn't get into it. I was like, oh man, it's dragging.
Yeah, dude. How far did you go though?
I think the first one, dude, and I was just kind of like,
I heard the second episode gets better, but
okay, I'll go. Yeah, because I like Carell and Kudrow's on there, and I'm like, all right, we'll see what's up. And then I was just kind of like, but
yeah,
that, and then that's pretty much been it. I gotta give it for what's that dude's name? Josh Gad. He's been doing these Zoom calls with all these movies that we grew up with. Like I watched the Goonies reunion. That was pretty fucking cool. He did a Back to the Future one. That was pretty fucking. We grew up with that shit, and to see the cast still reuniting and stuff, and talking stories, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Zoom.
And a boom.
And a boom. Well,
what about some picks?
This has been an interesting podcast here.
It's been a good one. It's been a good one.
Yeah. Well, time for the picks. I got a pick. I usually don't, but I do this time. There's a music app I came across called Bandcamp. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of underground, unknown artists. And it has some major artists on there, but I found some great underground music under here, like things I ain't heard, and I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. It's called Bandcamp, and it's cool because it goes by categories, which I like. There's some apps that don't do that. So when I go to the rap section, I have rap, underground rap, instrumental, conscious, trap, boom bap. So whatever kind of genre you like of any kind of music, they have electric, experience, metal, pop, blues, all that stuff in there. Bandcamp is pretty cool. Conway the Machine got me on it because he posted like a mixtape on there, and I was like, what the fuck is Bandcamp? That's the only place you could listen to when he posted it. And then I went to it. I was like, okay. I start going through it. You're going to find some interesting music on here. Some artists you never heard of. Just some crazy shit. And I like it, though. It's pretty cool. It's called Bandcamp.
Yeah, it's kind of like SoundCloud, right? Like I've heard of Bandcamp before.
Yeah, I guess you can say SoundCloud, but it's not like I hate SoundCloud's app, honestly. I do not like it. I never have.
Okay.
But even though I posted some of my beats on there or shit,
Boom,
if
boom.
you can find me on there. But yeah, no, I like it, man. So if you guys want to like do a free new music app, discover some underground people you ain't heard before, Bandcamp, I suggest you download that. And let's see it.
What about you, Brad?
Big girl head. I had to, dog. You fucking too sensitive. I had to bust that shit out, dog. Because Mike was all serious on the stock market, and B was on his phone. I had to say that shit, dog.
Oh,
no,
that's funny.
On the real, and I'm gonna be honest right now. Like, honestly, got truth. Everyone battles depression. Everyone battles something. And honestly, got truth. I have to say, going out for a run, going out for a walk, get out 2 miles every day. If you have a bad day at work, I mean, I've dropped some weight, and I honestly got truth. I can honestly say, when you have a bad day at work or someone just gets to you, you go out for a run, go out for a walk, go out for like listen to some good music, and just you can go for like how many miles you want to do, whatever you want to come back. You come back, you take that shower, and it fucking actually it helps you out. It's helped me out a lot because I've been battling depression, and I can honestly say exercise has been a fucking lifesaver. And dude, if people don't go out, you should try it. I mean, I know the weather's been hot. I mean, I shot a photo to Mike yesterday and it's fucking 100 degrees and I'm out for a run wearing a hoodie. But it's just like, no matter what, it's like just exercise does so much for you. It's a stress reliever and it relaxes you. And that's my pick.
Gotcha. Well, you, Mike.
You know, I was trying to think about what the heck I've been doing or anything different or anything that I got. I was looking on the web, trying to check my stocks, trying to see if I can
cream. You can suggest to anybody or something. You know?
No, I don't do any type of grooming corners. In love, man. I guess that's what it is. I'll second you, B, with that whole thing that you talked about earlier, man. My pick is love. We need some Care Bears in this world, man.
Love, baby, love.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we do, brother. I feel you on that one, man. I feel you on that. I love you guys, man.
Love you too, man.
Love you too.
Much love over here, brother. Much love over here. But,
there you go.
No, there you go, Brian. Yeah, much love.
I couldn't do it right. I was like, God damn it.
Like, what's he doing?
Before we hang up, I gotta say one thing, man. We lost someone a couple weeks ago. And the guy was fucking hilarious. And I just want to say, Jerry Stiller, you're going to be missed. Frank Costanza, goddamn, that one hurt. Because even my daughter loved you. And, yeah, Frank Costanza was one of my favorite characters of all time. Jerry Stiller, you're definitely going to be missed, man.
Yeah, that was sad. Yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah. Yeah. But before I go, I want to say to my people out there, I'm with y'all. Protest peacefully. And to the cops out there, I know you have a hard job, and I want to say what's up to friends of mine who are cops, John Patterson, Daniel Chico, Danny Hesser, and the guy I met across the street going to the bar, Clarence, who are cops, good people, man. Just stand your ground. I'm with you, man. You guys are good people, good cops, and we're not gonna allow all the bad cops make all cops feel like they're bad. You know, I know that you guys are good people, and I appreciate what you guys do every day.
And we need some more of you guys.
Yep. All right. Well, that's gonna be it.
Thanks for listening. Oh, sorry, cut that one out. Go ahead. I'll edit that.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, peace out.
Thanks for listening.
Subscribe to B.M.B Podcast on iTunes to listen, comment, and review. And you can also listen on YouTube and podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at B.M.B Podcast 3, and also on our Facebook fan page where you can vote on polls and stay up to date on future podcast episodes.